2007. Time travel is a reality, and it's fallen into criminal hands. With history itself at risk, the United States has formed the Time Enforcement Commission, a top-secret agency responsible for policing the temporal stream. Track unlawful travelers across time. Their mission, protect the past, preserve the future. These agents are known as Time Cops.
Hello and welcome to another episode of It Could Have Been a Classic, and I'm going to say Happy New Year. Let's hope this year is definitely better than last year, and hope you all had a great Christmas. So this week we're going to be covering Timecop, the TV series, made in 1997. But let's go to a bit of history first about Timecop. Well, first, as you know, we got the 1994 Jean-Claude Van Damme Timecop movie, and then we got the dreaded second one with Jason Scott. Is it? I forgot his name now. The actor, he's a good actor. I forgot his name. Who did Timecop 2, but we won't go there because it's a fucking terrible movie, it really is. But Timecop 1 is a masterpiece. I like the film, thought it really stood out and it was different. But here's its origins, it's quite interesting. An American science fiction action film directed by Peter Hyams and co-written by Mark Richardson and Mark Verheiden. Richardson also served as executive producer. The film is based on Timecop, a story created by Richardson, written by Verheiden and drawn by Ron Randall, which appeared in the anthology comic Dark Horse Comics, published by Dark Horse Comics. It is the first installment in the Timecop franchise. Now that is interesting. I didn't know this. So I've just had a quick check. Timecop 2, the disaster that was Jason Scott Lee. So that came later on. So in 1994 we got the film based on a comic 3-part story, and obviously we know Van Damme was in that. Then in 1997 we got the TV series starring T.W. King. Now this is interesting. Now I watched the TV series over Christmas and I've not seen it in a long time. Now I used to catch episodes on ITV in the early hours of the morning. It was like on a Saturday night, early hours Sunday morning. It was a time filler, and they only made about 9 episodes. And I thought there were at least 22 episodes. Now I've never seen this on physical media. If it is out there, let me know. So started watching it. So we've got like TW, Ted King, Don Stark, Kurt Fuller and Christy Conway. Now what's interesting, the theme music is done by Brad Fidel. So I mean, the casting in this series is pretty solid, you know. So the series is, right, Timecop is an American science fiction television series. The show was broadcast on the ABC network and first aired in 1997. Series is based obviously on the Van Damme film from Universal Studios, which was inspired by Dark Horse Comics. We've been over that. 13 episodes of the series were ordered, but only 9 episodes aired. The show was broadcast on ABC Network, aired in 1997, leading off the Monday night lineup at 8 p.m. Before Monday Night Football. It did not use any cast from the film, only one character was reused. The premise in 2007, we're now in 2024. Time travel is a reality using time sleds to enter the time stream. However, the technology has leaked beyond the United States government. Rogue time sleds built by other parties are sending criminals into the past for the price. The Time Enforcement Commission, the TEC, was formed to retrieve and arrest criminals, preventing the alteration of history. Ted King, I don't know why I've gotten down to T.W. King, but Ted King as Jack Logan, Christy Conway as Claire Hemmings, she's a babe. Hemmings was originally part of the TEC Science and Research Division, providing support headquarters. She eventually accompanies Logan's in the field on missions. Originally adversarial, she becomes Logan's romantic interest. Now, Logan's character is one of them butthead types, he's all action and beats them all up and stops it. But he is very intelligent. I did quite like his character by the third episode. Don Stark as Captain Eugene Matuzek. He's like the hard-ass boss behind the desk. A standard stereotype, got a past, but he runs it by the book, the TEC. And Kurt Fuller as Dr. Dale Easter, the TEC's chief historian. He has a range of historical interests and is a film buff who can cite major historical events in the year any film was released. I think I can do that with any TV series. I suppose that's a talent. In 1996, the Los Angeles Times reported that ABC ordered a new primetime series based on the 1994 science fiction Timecop movie. Based on differences in cast, character, costumes, TEC procedures, technology, Episode 5, Rocket Science, appears to be the original pilot episode. And changes were made when the series entered the production. Among them, Amy Fuller, a young character named Cruz, that are in historical department where Easter is the whole sole historian. Appearing in the series, Easter is present as chief historian, but his assistants do the mission research. He also has to be angry, jaded, unfriendly, cynical, and even more sarcastic. A scene was inserted to try to explain Hemmings' absence, wherein Matuzek says Fuller was substituted for Hemmings, but Hemmings' speciality was science and technology, not historical research. TEC headquarters is busy with more personnel and numerous captured time fugitives in period costumes being led through in restraints. Matuzek, Easter and other personnel in TEC headquarters were costumed in conventional business suits, suggesting the near future. Well, in the show, Matuzek reverted to contemporary suits and Easter wore aloha shirts. Logan used a handheld device for retrieval while on mission. Logan protests being sent on missions, unlike the rest of the series, where he enjoys going on missions. Now, Cancellation. This is it. Due to low ratings and poor advertising, the series was cut short after less than a season, and only 9 out of the 13 episodes were aired. In 2020 hindsight, I wish the show had been darker and grittier in both terms of the storytelling and stylistically, but we were trying to deliver an 8 PM show that meant doing something suitable for children, so gritty wasn't going to happen. We were just getting our sea legs. Story-wise, with our last episode, which was a sweet story about Don Stark's character Matuzek trying to reconnect with his teenage son. But we were cancelled as that episode was wrapping production. And that, as they say, was that Mark Verheiden about the cancellation of Timecop. Novels. Daniel Parkers was hired to write an adventure spin-off trilogy based on the series that continues the adventures of Officer Jack Logan. The trilogy consisted of the Scavenger, Viper Spawn and Blood Ties. It was published by Del Rey Books. Availability. On April 1st, 2021, all episodes except 2, The Heist, became available to stream for free at Tubi TV. For unexplained reasons, music clearance, issues with the Silver Boogie Fever, that episode was skipped, and episodes 3 and 9 were numbers 2 and 8. Episode 2 can be found on YouTube. The whole series is on YouTube. and I've uploaded it to my channel so you can watch it. So let's go into this. Could this have been a classic? Now I have to say it is a bit cheesy, some of this. Now I watched it and I found the first episode quite cheesy, but then I started getting into the bigger picture of this. Now there is a super villain in it. There's a villain who pretended he killed Jack the Ripper, became Jack the Ripper. Logan goes back and obviously hunts him down because there's a time quake coming, and in the dome they call it, the police station. And it's true, I mean, when they're walking through the place, you've got all these villains dressed as characters from the past, and it is like a sort of a police station. Now the character, he was like a villain. He'd been at every disaster in history and influenced history, and it'd come out, he'd not changed history, he created it, so they couldn't go back and undo what he did. And he had a temporal device. He was from the future, so technology is more advanced than the TEC of 2007. And there's a 3-part storyline with this villain, but he escapes in the final story, which is sort of interesting. I like that. I did like the episode with the rockets and stuff. That was very interesting. About this guy takes a laptop back to 1944 when the Nazis are losing the war. That was sort of interesting. I mean, some of the stories are nothing we haven't seen before. And is it a sequel to the movies? Not really. I'd say it's set in another timeline, another parallel universe, and this is going on there. There is one episode where he goes back into a past where somebody, one of his partners, has gone back in time and tried to kill him, Logan, when he was younger, and when he goes back to TEC, he's like a villain and he has to go back in time to undo it all. But in the final episode with Methuselah and his son, and about somebody trying to kill him, he was and digging into his boss's past, that were interesting. Now, Timecop, the stories are not like super intelligent, but there is potential here. I think you could have had a 5-year run with this series. I'd say not 22 episodes, I'd say 13 episodes a year with some kind of story out for 3 to 4 episodes and different adventures. But everything else in this one bad. The effects aren't bad. The time sled's a bit cheesy, it's not like the film, but you know, they were on a budget. But they really tried with this. You know, they really did. And I'm telling you, all slower guest stars you saw back on TV then. You know, like all these actors, you just remember they were in Stargate, Battlestar, Babylon, Star Trek, all these actors, they're all like, you know, moving Andromeda. They must have had a lot of work, these actors back then, because they were just in everything. So this, it became interesting. And I have to say, by episode 5, I really started enjoying this series. And by episode 9, I did want more. And it was such a shame, because I think with Timecop, if this had been, like it said, the show at 8 o'clock, if they put this on after 9 o'clock, I think the potential would have been there. And Timecop, the casting is pretty solid in this. You like the cast. Even though Logan's a bit of a jarhead, you sort of like him. He's nothing special, you know, he's the standard hero type, but the cast around him, it all works very well. And, you know, I enjoyed the 9 episodes for what this is, but I think it could have been so much more. I really do. So now you're going to ask the question, is Timecop, the TV series, a classic? Timecop, I'm going to say to you, you could have been a classic. You could have been. But, you know, you're slightly over the line. You're not going to walk it. You just got over because you were enjoyable. But I would have liked to have said more. So that's it. Timecop, you're going through. You are a classic. And I will see you on the next video. Please give this a like. And that's it, really. I'll see you next time. And don't forget the podcast this week. Happy New Year.